Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's been a while. I hope you guys are still good. I hope you are all keeping well, and I hope the trading is going good. So, for today's video, we're going to jump into Nasdaq and we're going to take a look at what we could possibly expect. And we are just going to run through a trade that I took during the week and just give you guys my thought process behind that and why I took the trade. All right, so this is what I initially shared on the free Telegram channel. All right, so what I basically said was Nasdaq on the 8-4 time frame, we have possible long opportunities below the 8-4 liquidity pool. All right, so it would be this region right here. Okay, and once price trades into that, we can scale to our lower time frame and refine our entries. All right, but also keeping in mind that a further decline is also possible. So with that being said, I was waiting for price to get into this liquidity pool and look for a entry, but also keeping in mind that if we don't get an entry point, that a decline is likely to occur. So that is why it's always important, once price gets into your area of interest, to wait for your entries, okay, to wait for your confirmations. So you don't just want to enter once price get into your area of interest, right? You want to use the confirmations that you do use to refine your risk and to catch those entries. Okay, so moving on to the next slide, just to show you guys that this was what happened. Okay, so price was up here when I took that screenshot, and if you look closer, right, we can see that price retraced. Okay, and price retraced into this up close candle, right? That is what you call a ICT breaker, and these two up close candles is also an order block, and we also have a fair value gap. So that was nice confirmations that we will continue lower, and obviously price taking out this low, meaning that we have a break of structure. So you could have traded that lower into this region, or you could have waited for price to get to this region and then scale in to your lower time frame for your entries. Okay, so moving on to the next slide, here you can see is the entry. Okay, and if we look at it from this point, okay, I took this before just to show you guys what I was looking at. So we can see that we have these equal lows right here, which means that we have sell side liquidity resting underneath that. So I was looking to enter underneath that with the right confirmations. And if I zoom in here on this area, we can see we took out sell side and we broke a high, this red arrow, and we also left a fair value gap with a possible order block, those three down close candles. Okay, so my first entry point was obviously at the fair value gap, and the second one was at that order block right there. But if we look at the next slide, you can see that price triggered only one of my entries and not the second one, which is okay. So the first objective was above this buy side liquidity, 12,255. The second objective was 12,400, and the final objective was 12,500. So once price trades above your first objective, you can then start to manage your profits, but it all depends how you prefer to manage your profits. Once price trades to a certain amount, okay, to your liking, you can then manage your profits. Or once you wait for price to take out a high or a certain area which you look for, and then if only then you decide to move your stop loss or manage your profit. It's up to you. You know, we all have different ways of managing our profits, but it's always important to secure your profit. Okay, and taking a look at the last slide, we can see that we took out the first objective, 12,255, and the second one, 12,400, and I don't think we got up to 12,500. We'll take a look at that when we look at the possible likings. All right, the possibilities of Nasdaq that we might expect for the week. Okay, so yeah, so this was the trade, and I think price traded lower from this point. Okay, so price hit my stop loss underneath these lows. Okay, once I protected my position. So yeah, that was a good trade, and obviously this is the trade. So let me just take a look at that price, 12,500. Let me just mark this out and see if price got to that point. Nope, price just missed it. 12,500. Yeah, right there. So price missed out on the third objective which I was looking for, but yeah, that's okay. So looking at it on the 4-hour, like I explained in the previous example, we can see that price traded above this high here. Okay, and in doing so, price took out the buy side liquidity and taking out this low, breaking structure. Okay, right here. And if price retraced into this ICT breaker, okay, right here, and we also have a order block right here which price also traded into, and we also have a fair value gap which price also trades into. Okay, so yeah, lots of confirmation there for lower prices, and once again we did have another break of structure here. Price took out this low here, and price retraced and trading into this order block again right here, and then price traded lower. Okay, so my long opportunity came from this point here. Okay, all of this up movement here, and then price traded into this and retraced lower. So this is where we are right now. So looking at Nasdaq right now, I do expect lower prices. I expect price to take out these lows right here, because looking at it from the retail perspective, we will see this, or they will see this as a support level. Okay, so we might get a reaction off of this for a retracement. Okay, and then only trading lower, but my overall view is still lower prices. So how further down can we go? Let's just take a look what we have here on the left side. Yeah, so we might take out this low here. Okay, so that will be the next area which I will be looking at right for now. So I always prefer to rather react on price than to dictate what it's going to do. So yeah, I will definitely wait to see what Tuesday holds, okay, because Mondays are a bit sloppy, you know, so I prefer not to trade on Mondays, okay. So yeah, we'll just see what happens then. So this is just the 1 hour. If we had to refine this price on the 1 hour, okay, you can see that last up close candle there in form of a order block, okay, and price trading lower, leaving this sell side imbalance here. So we might want to close in on that, okay, to rebalance and then trade lower. However, we are close enough to take out the sell side liquidity. All right, so that is just my view on Nasdaq and what we can possibly expect. So let's see what the market gives us, and yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on the Telegram channel. Be sure to join that, and until the next video, I will talk to you guys again. Have a great trading week. Be safe and